It's still setting up right now. Okay, you should be live now.
Okay. All right, good morning. Today is Friday, January 23rd, 2026, and I'm Delegate Edith Patterson, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the first meeting of the Southern Maryland delegation and the second week of the 449th session of the Maryland General Assembly. We're really excited to be here, back in session. And today we will have some ways to introduce you to the new member as well as the staff. But before we do that, I'm going to ask if Delegate Todd Morgan will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I'd be glad to. Got my little flag again.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Delegate Morgan. Delegate Jeff Long, if you would lead us in prayer, please.
Good morning. Thank you, Madam Chair. Gracious God, we thank you for your goodness and your mercy towards us. This is the day that you have made, and we rejoice and we're glad within it. We ask you to lead and guide us and direct us, be a lamp unto our feet and a light into our pathway. We ask you for strength. We ask you for health. We ask you for safety. We ask you for protection and for your guidance. We ask you to encamp your angels around us as you promised us through your word as we do the work of the people on behalf of Maryland. God, we ask you that your will be done in earth as it is in heaven. We give your name the glory, the honor, and the praise. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you so much, Delegate Long. And I would encourage you, those of you who haven't heard Delegate Long's Martin Luther King Jr. Day speech in the House of Delegates. It was phenomenal. And please take the time to listen to it. We were very impressed and very proud that you're part of the Southern Maryland delegation. So thank you again for that. Okay, as I mentioned before, we have some changes. We have some people who are some wonderful staff members who are still here with us, and then we have some new persons. So I will take the privilege of introducing my Chief of Staff, Kara Franklin, who has been with me for the past 3 years, 4 years.
5. I think I'm going on 6.
Oh, it goes by so fast. Kara's phenomenal, and she will have 2 interns this session, and you want to introduce your interns.
Good morning, Kara Franklin. Nice to see you all. And joining me today is Melissa Mason.
Hello, nice to see you guys.
And give a little background.
I'm a senior at the University of Maryland studying public policy with a concentration in gender and racial justice.
Thank you so very much. And I'm just going to go from what I can see. Why am the screen is saying, okay. Do we have a well, Delegate Todd Morgan, would you introduce your staff that you have with you?
Hi, I'm Todd Morgan. The staff is me today. Melinda's working from home. My intern is back in school.
That was quick. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Delegate Long.
Hello, I have Kiara Wilson, my new Chief of Staff, and Anthony Devon is also an aide in my office, and I'm sure they're watching from here somewhere. So.
Delegate Patterson, you're muted.
I'm not sure how that happened. Thank you very much, Delegate Long. Do you have an intern this year? Okay. Delegate Davis, and congratulations, Delegate Davis has a new position. She is Vice Chair of Judiciary.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have Ariel Moore still Oh, well, first of all, I'm Delegate Davis. You guys know that. I have Ariel Moore, who is the third year Chief of Staff. And if Ariel, can you introduce our interns? We have two interns.
Yes, we have two interns. One is Danielle. She is a senior at Bowie State. And then we also have Francesca, who is a sophomore at at University of Maryland.
Thank you.
That's great. Kara, can you help me because I'm not seeing who's online?
Yes.
The other representatives, please.
Yes, you have Delegate Wilson's online and Delegate Oden as well.
All right. Delegate Wilson, please introduce your staff and any comments you'd like to make.
I believe my staff is late, so I'm going to go ahead and say Sharon is my staff. It has been for 2 years now, and that's all I have.
All right. Great. Thank you very much. And the newest member is Delegate Daryl Odom. We welcome you. And if you'd introduce maybe something about yourself and also the staff that you have.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I hope you can hear me clearly. I seem to have an unstable connection is what keeps popping up. So the sound is sort of going in and out. So I hope and pray that you guys can hear me. I'm Delegate Daryl Odom, and I've had a wonderful week and going on second week and meeting all members of the delegation. And I've gotten wonderful support from each and every one that I've met. I want to thank those of you that I have met, and I hope that I get a chance to meet each and every one that I may have not at this point met. I'm not going to take a lot of time. You said say something about me. I'm retired totally. I've retired from the military, as I may have shared with you earlier, as well as from Prince George's County's Fire EMS Department. So I'm looking forward to working on the committees that I am assigned, ENT, and also with education on the subcommittee. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. And we have a new delegate. We also have a new senator, Senator Kevin Harris. I believe he's in a meeting, but we have January, who is with us, and she's representing Senator Harris. Would you like to make a comment?
Sure. Thank you so much, Madam Chair, and good morning to the delegation. Yes, Senator Kevin M. Harris, representing District 27, Prince George's, Calvert, and Charles counties, and we are so happy to be serving in this capacity. My name is January McKay. I'm the Chief of Staff for Senator Harris, and in our office, we have Jordan Lewis, who will be working as the Legislative Director, and Saya Henna, who will be our legislative correspondent, and she is a senior at Morgan State University. So thank you so much, Madam Chair. We look forward to working with the delegation in this capacity.
Thank you very, very much. And the commonality in terms of what you've heard in terms of the interns, this, as members of the delegation, we are very pleased and happy to have the interns here with us because they get a firsthand experience, good and bad, but mostly positive, of the General Assembly, and we certainly appreciate them being here and representing their prospective universities. Okay, I don't believe we don't have, unfortunately, no one from Delegate Crosby's office. I believe his staff are about the same. Senator Bailey's office, I'm unsure. I believe he also has the same staff. And did I miss Senator Ellis?
I do not see Senator Ellis on.
Okay, if
But
his
it's
staff
still
are
saying
coming,
you have Natoya Mitchell as his chief of staff.
Edith?
yes.
Yeah, for Crosby, Nick is still there for him, and over in Bailey's office, Christina's still there for him.
That's great. All right.
And I apologize, Madam Chair. I did not introduce my staff, so if you would
Oh,
allow me.
absolutely, absolutely.
I do have two staff members, Sean Mullen, and Ciamara Braden. They are two of my staff members. I do not have an intern. I'm seeking to get one, but it may be hard to come by.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, you hit the ground running. You've only been sworn in for about 2 weeks. So we appreciate your being here and offer any kind of support that we can.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I do believe we normally have kind of a pool of awaiting interns. Is Delegate Odom looking for a full-time position?
I wasn't, that wasn't my first choice, but if time allows it, I would seek that in, of course, if the budgetary matters are adequate.
Well, and
An
again,
intern would be very, very welcome.
it's super complicated, the budget, because I usually used to let Joey do it. So, but I know that there should be some money for you because you shouldn't have to do this by yourself. And there are some experienced interns that could yeah, there's some people that could probably help you out. We'll look at it. We'll try and chase it
Okay.
down. And by the
Thank
way,
you.
I love the decorations in your office, brother. They look great.
They're scattered on my desktops.
I love your sense of humor, Delegate Wilson. We appreciate that. I love yours too. And for those of you who don't know, his daughter is very, very extremely talented. I believe behind you is a portion of her work. Yes. And she is a senior now in high school, or is she a freshman in
She is a
college?
senior in high school, probably MIT or Harvard. So we're looking now.
Absolutely. She's very, very
And
talented.
she will be the second valedictorian out of McDonough for the Wilson family. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Absolutely not. So we look forward to seeing her in May when they walk across the stage
Yep.
on the field. Very talented. Okay. All right. So thank you very much, members, for offering the information, your introductions, etc. And now we have some organizational matters to take care of. And the first would be the selection of the chair and the vice chair for this Southern Maryland delegation. So the floor is open for nominations.
Madam Chair? It's Delegate Davis. I guess I could raise my hand.
Oh, Delegate Davis, yes.
Thank you. I would nominate Delegate Edith Patterson to continue as chair of the Southern Maryland delegation.
Second.
Well, thank you. Are there any other nominations?
Third.
You've heard the nominations. All those in favor, please vote by saying aye.
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 Is there any opposition? Well, if not, then thank you very much for your vote of confidence. It is a team effort and one that we really enjoy doing. Okay. And now the nomination is open for the vice chair of the Southern Maryland delegation.
Madam Chair?
Yes, Delegate Davis.
I'd like to nominate Delegate Jeffrey Long as vice chair.
Okay, Delegate Long has been nominated. Is there a second? Are there any other persons who would like to be nominated or nominate someone? All right, you've heard the nomination proposed for Delegate Long to serve as vice chair. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Delegate Morgan. All those in favor, please vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? Welcome aboard, Delegate Long as the vice chair. Okay, was there any conversation? Okay. All right. So that being said, I certainly appreciate your confidence, and we look forward to moving the agenda forward. In Southern Maryland, there are several issues will be faced with, and some of the challenges as well as some of the rewards. Last night I had the occasion to attend the Tri-County Council of Southern Maryland, and John Hartline, as well as some of his team members, offered an overview of what's happening in Southern Maryland. And I've asked John if he would share what was discussed, as well as some things that we're looking forward in the future. So John, welcome aboard. You're on next.
Thank you, Chairwoman. I really appreciate your invitation to be here, and I want to thank you and Todd Morgan was there. We did have a little I wouldn't call it a crisis, but an event on State Circle where we had some water main breaks. They all got repaired shortly before our meeting started, so it worked out well, although the parking, I understand, was challenging. We had presentations on workforce development. I wanted to mention that first because this would affect a lot of your constituents. We're pivoting our workforce development toward job fairs a lot this year. Last year, we did 11 job fairs and customized recruitments. This year, we already have 8 scheduled, and a couple of the dates are in the very near future. The first one coming up is going to be on February 11th, job fair in Charles County at CSM at the BI building. And we already have 36 or 37 businesses signed up, and we're already have over 500 people registered to come to that job fair. We're going to do a construction job fair in March, a healthcare job fair in March, and the big regional 15th job fair, 15th annual job fair will be also at CSM campus. But we have them scheduled all the way out for individual counties, with the last one right now being scheduled for October in Calvert County. So that's, and we're doing a lot of work in conjunction with CSM on something called the private sector pivot, which is to help people who have left the federal government find employment in the private sector. And we're coaching them on adjusting their resumes to be more the way you would get a job in the private sector rather than a government job. So a lot of things going on in workforce development. I think the other thing I really want to talk about is the legislative reception. It's scheduled for the 26th of February. I think I've gotten a couple of guarantees that there won't be snow on that date. I'm not sure how good the guarantees are. It'll be 6:30 to 8:30 at the Calvert House, which is where our meeting was last night for the full council meeting, right on State Circle. We've secured the hotel and paid all the required deposits. And we have 11 sponsors at the present time. The sponsorships and the monies that we've received from individuals who have already registered is totaling $14,950. Our target number is about $22,000. It looks like we should be able to have the reception this year break even, which is the first time we've been able to do that recently since the pandemic. And that's, I do have one other thing. So far, we have 116 people who have signed up, 116 positions. So anybody who's not a delegate or a senator, they'll automatically get invited and have been invited. But any resident in Southern Maryland that wants to come should register as soon as possible. And I think the one other thing I want to mention is the build. We had a presentation by the Maryland Broadband Cooperative, and they did make an announcement. There is a new fiber coming from Ireland that's going to land on the Eastern Shore, and then it will cross the bay. Their traffic will cross on the undersea fiber that's under the bay, owned by the Broadband Cooperative, and then it will pass through Calvert County, St. Mary's County, and Charles County, and then across the Harry Nice Bridge. And they announced that they're hoping to have all the fiber in the ground by the 1st of May is the target date. I think the contractual date we have is like June 30th. So we're giving ourselves some space. It will make Southern Maryland a major carrier for broadband really on the East Coast. And that's pretty exciting.
Thank you, John. That was really exciting news. And before the session is over, we will probably have an update in terms of what's happening there. And when you think about the job market and the job fairs, the numbers are phenomenal in terms of the numbers of residents or citizens who are attending, as well as a number of businesses that are participating. And it's interesting because it's sort of delineated health fair, construction, and many other occupations specified in those fairs. And so that's really exciting as well. We look forward to having and this is sort of new, Delegate Odom. I don't know if you've attended or not, but the Southern Maryland delegation reception is usually one we look forward to. And so we hope they will continue that tradition at the Calvert House. Okay. All right. And before we close out, I'd like, Kara, if you would share the persons or the topics we're going to discuss in the ensuing weeks. Right now, we have a few confirmations, but if you have a topic that you feel are persons we should invite, please do so. We don't want to keep recycling the same folks. But I think that we want to make sure that they represent Southern Maryland.
Okay, so moving forward, we're going to be meeting every other Friday. So that'll be February 6th, February 20th, March 6th, and March 20th. During that time, we're still working out the specifics of who's going to be attending which meeting, but we should be hearing from Congressman Hoyer, Senator Van Hollen, Senator Also Brooks. We're also going to hear from Secretary Rothstein from Military and Veteran Families. I think specifically giving us a briefing on Charlotte Hall, as well as other activities that his agency is working on. We're going to hear from the Department of Legislative Services, specifically related to Southern Maryland area, as well as we'll hear from Lucille Walker, the Executive Director of the Southern Maryland National Heritage Area, for updates. And next week, we do have Charlotte Davis of Rural Maryland and John Hartline scheduled to come and speak to us about rural economic development funds. There are a few updates with programs that pretty exciting things that are happening in Southern Maryland, and we thought it would be a good topic for next week.
That sounds like a full session. Thank you so much, Kara, for that. All right, any other announcements or information members would like to share? If not, I'm open for motion for adjournment.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I would just like to share for those that are watching, District 27 night will be held on March 5th in Miller West, so they can save the date and more information will be coming soon.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, the floor is open for a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Is there a second? Thank you so much. Thank you for being in attendance, and please be careful over the weekend with the snow. God bless. Take care.